Hey guys, today we are going to talk about how to stop sabotaging your health. And the biggest thing there is to make sure that we are doing things that help support us and support our mental health daily. So, we've talked a lot about our gratitude journals, we've talked a lot about pre planning and meal prepping, even, and we've talked a lot about how we can make sure that we're set up best for the day and for the next day. So I'm just going to stop my video and we're going to go through the slides here. So one of the biggest things you can pay attention to is that when you are under stress, you are in fight or flight. Fight or flight is that sympathetic nervous system that doesn't allow your body to get any full rest. And it uses up a lot of hormones in your body that deal with stress. And under stress, the adrenal glands should increase their output of cortisol and DHEA. But when they are too taxed, then they can't produce the right amount. And so we have to kind of lower back, tone back this system of adrenal fatigue and really restore how the adrenal glands are supposed to respond to short bursts of stress, not chronic stress. So if you have a overproduction, which means basically you're producing this for too long, you get into adrenal fatigue and then adrenal exhaustion, and then something like Cushing's disease or something like that. DHEA is the hormone of youthful exuberance. It helps with energy, immune function, memory, muscle, and bone growth. And it also balances that secretion of adrenaline. And if you have an oversecretion of adrenaline, you can end up with a lot of anxiety and depression. So we want to make sure that the adrenal glands are functioning optimally, and that means being able to lower our stress and change our mindset. So chronic stress leads to a whole host of disorders that are from high cortisol levels, which decrease immune function. You get less restful sleep. Even when you do sleep, you'll wake up feeling fatigued or like you absolutely need caffeine first thing in the morning. A lot of people will retain water. They typically retain it around their midsection, around the ankles, and the hands. They'll wake up feeling like their hands are very stiff and like they can't move their ankles well. They have lower insulin sensitivity and increased risk of diabetes, increased lipid levels, so their cholesterol becomes way out of balance. There's a loss of cellular potassium, and so they'll get muscle cramping and fatigue and that joint pain as well. And then the other thing that happens that people don't really think about, just like with long-term use of something like prednisone, bone health starts to fail. So when we have too much cortisol in the system, the bone health really becomes poor. Not to mention things like brain fog. And then if your adrenals aren't functioning, your thyroid gland definitely cannot function well. And the allergies and autoimmune disorders, as well as infertility, picks up. When you're recovering from chronic stress, you have to prioritize self-care in order to achieve optimal wellness. What does that look like? Your gratitude journal, taking 15 minutes to yourself every day, getting a regular massage, doing yoga, things that bring you joy, and then being compassionate towards yourself. A lot of us don't give ourselves a break. We often expect the world of ourselves, but not a whole lot of other people. And we're very self-critical. You want to make sure that you're eating real whole foods, not things that are processed, because even the bit of preservatives that are in that food could really be stressing out your immune system. And then you want to be empowered and informed about your health. Yes, there's a ton of information out there. So let's help you find a source that you can trust and understand what the information is saying and how you can best prepare yourself to deal with it when having a conversation with your medical team. And then be with people who are concerned about your well-being, not people who are the food pushers and the negative. I don't understand why you're going through that diet. It's not really worth it. Don't be around those people. They're just going to make you doubt the choices that you're making for your health that have led you to this point where you're chronically fatigued. You want to be able to find an inner balance and sense of peace and make sure that you are taking care of you and that the things that you're doing are in tune with your desires for your future. And then find an activity that you find helps you be creative. Some people use dance, some people use painting, some people play an instrument. Do something that helps you create, even if that's just coloring a coloring page. And one of the most important things, particularly if you have a low dopamine function as well, is to get outside, particularly on a sunny day, particularly before 2 p.m. So we talked about the SANE technique. So you want to stop, identify, assess, and then non-identify. So identify and take time to identify the activities, tasks, people, and time, which causes you stress throughout the day. Examine in your daily routine so that you can adjust activities and change your sleep pattern, or not engage with someone that you can minimize stressful situations with. And can you plan at the end of the day so that the next day goes smoother? And then eliminate. Evaluate if there are certain stressors from your list that you can completely eliminate, like fast food. If meal prep is one of your issues and you feel like you're running to the fast food drive-through because you don't have time to eat, it's because you didn't prepare well the day before. So just as if you were going to take an exam, take your health that seriously and prepare the day before. Prioritize you. A huge stressor for many people is feeling overwhelmed. With so many items on your to-do list, it can be taxing to even look at the calendar. So at the beginning of the week, make a list of the must accomplish, the things that you need to get done, and the things that you want to get done but can wait, and organize them in order of importance. And then practice. It's great to eliminate stress, but this is something that's going to take time. Make sure you're doing lots of breath work, your gratitude journal, take a nature walk. Reframe every thought you think and everything you say, you manifest into your life. So if you tell yourself, I've always been bigger, so I know I'll never be small, that's going to be true. But if you change that to my body has struggled because I haven't supported it. Now that I'm being more kind, it will be able to shed the toxic burden I've placed on it. Think about how you handle the stress of your spouse, children, best friend, and compare that to work stress, food stress, and thoughts of exercise. And then be accepting. There are many situations where we have to learn to adapt and accept what we cannot change. Change and accepting others' behaviors can be difficult tasks. Learning to accept that others are not where you are can be a huge growth for you as a person, while also allowing you to have less stress in your life. Alter. With certain situations, once you accept it, you may want to alter the situation since it's not an option to tolerate it anymore. That can be changing direct supervisors at work, asking for a different team to work with, leaving a job that's toxic, asking for a divorce, asking adult children to actually adult and do the things that they are expected to do that you should no longer be doing for them, including things like paying a cell phone bill or car insurance, cutting off an adult child who is using drugs, stealing, etc., and not engaging with a sibling or a parent who just is toxic to you. Be mindful. More and more people are turning to meditation for stress relief. It is not a religious practice. It's a way to observe your own mind and your own thoughts. And there are many physical and psychological benefits of meditation. In the research, it's been shown to reduce anxiety and depression, cultivate compassion, lower blood pressure and heart rate, give better focus, heighten intuition, enable you to become more present, improve memory, reduce irrational thought, and helps with patience and forgiveness. It can decrease inflammation, increase creativity, deepen your connection to yourself and to others around you, increase your emotional intelligence, expand awareness of your body and your environment, and promote more restful sleep. One of the biggest things it does is make you less judgmental, but it also improves your metabolism because it reduces cortisol. It increases energy, helps you connect more deeply with your children, enhances connection with nature, boosts your immune system, promotes cell regeneration, enhances your gratitude, reduces negative energy, activates the parasympathetic nervous system or your rest and digest nervous system, and decreases muscle tension. To be more aware of yourself and your external environment, that's what it means to practice mindfulness. Becoming more present in the moment and experiencing the present rather than thinking about the past or the future. Help you connect more deeply with yourself in all of your relationships. and helps you to be more aware of your thoughts and then be able to redirect those thoughts if they are not productive. Some tips: taking a shower. What does it feel like? Washing dishes. What does the soap feel like? When you're driving a car, what do you notice on the daily drive? What are some things that you've stopped noticing that maybe you want to notice again? When you're cooking, what are the sights, the sounds, the textures? And when you're eating, the smells, tastes, textures? When you're at work, what is the energy around you? How's the environment? And how are the energies of the people around you? Do you even like what you do? Before you go to bed, how do you feel? Are you relaxed? Do you feel like you need intimacy, solitude? Are you ready for sleep? When you're playing with your kids, are you present or are you on a device? In conversation, are you fully engaged or partially attached to another conversation or device? With loved ones, do you make eye contact? And what is the family dynamic from previous? My suggestion would be to start doing daily 2 5-minute segments, with one focus on achieving your dream day and one focus on clearing the energy of the day. Incorporate mindful movement into your day for 30 minutes, like yoga, tai chi, nature walks. Stop complaining, comparing, and criticizing, and accept the as is of reality in front of you. Drop your expectations and the should haves or might haves. Don't multitask. And when feeling overwhelmed, acknowledge, identify, examine, breathe, eliminate, reframe, accept, and move forward. Surround yourself with people who lift you up and who truly celebrate when you win. Listen to positive podcasts and or music. Practice gratitude daily. Write down 3 things every day that you are grateful for. Go to bed and wake up early. Eat consciously, not on the run and not at the computer. Stay in the present moment as much as you can and be outside in open space. If you have any more questions on being mindful, please don't hesitate to shoot me a message. I hope that this helps you guys, and don't forget to listen to that podcast.